Hi everyone, we are back with another war video today, and we are going to be going up against NewN for the second war in a row. I forgot to record the intro part of me joining the war, so we're just going to hop right into this first fight. I'm going to be using Kate, Quicksilver, and Crossbones today. We're going to be doing this Kate versus Kindred fight. I've done this one several times now. Main thing is we don't want to trigger dexterity, as that'll give Kindred a chance of going unstoppable. We also don't really want to rely on our evade counter to place a stun, which you'll see right there. I made the mistake of thinking it would. But mainly just want to get our cold snaps up, refresh them if possible. We are going to take some damage from Kindred's kit, but it's kind of inevitable, but this fight usually is pretty quick. Here I'm going to dex into my special one, and we're going to end the fight. So a little sloppy thinking that the evade counter would cause him to be stunned, but otherwise not too bad of a fight. Like I said, you're basically going to take 20 to 30% health from there every time. But, you know, getting a white Magneto pre-fight or something like that doesn't help much for that one. For this next fight, we are going to be using Kate versus Mantis. When planning this, we thought we might need to bring a proper counter, but there's no reason Kate shouldn't be able to take Mantis here. The only thing we want to be careful for is when we do corner Mantis, if she only has 1 bar of power, she will be more likely to throw it because of Kate's kit. So we just want to be aware of that and make sure we are holding block right away. But here we can use our evade counter to get an easy knockdown. And then we're going to dex into our special one here, place our first cold snap, and we're pushing her over to the corner. We're going to intercept here, hold block again. You parry the second hit of her so we can evade counter, push her to the corner. Again, hold block because we don't want her to throw the special one. We're going to dex into our own special one, and this pushes her to a special 2, which will bait. He throws it. We have our evade counter ready. Evade counter again. Knock her to the corner. Refresh our cold snaps. And that is the fight. So really smooth. Really happy with how that went. And it kind of just makes it easier knowing Kate can also take that fight. Our next 2 fights, we are going to be going up against Titania and Chavez here. Against this Titania, I typically like to try and bait a heavy at the beginning because I don't want to use our evade counter and kind of take away one of our easy intercepts. So ideally, Titania throws an early heavy and then we can kind of just back off, which she does. Now we're just trying to wait it out. She plays nice and backs up, allowing us to get an intercept. We'll throw our first special one. And now we're going to do our best to knock her farther and farther over to her side of the map. We're going to throw our second special one. We got the 2 cold snaps. Ideally, we get an evade counter here, which we do. We're going to do a knockdown, just short of pinning her in the corner, unfortunately. But we're still in a decent spot. I think we're going to parry here. Now we're going to throw our special one again, I guess, which is fine. Here comes the next haymaker, which we're ready for. So we're going to dash back, wait it out. Now we can do our intercept, which we do. Relic, and that's the fight. So really happy with that fight as well. It can get a little tricky managing the haymaker and the fury coming off cooldown, but it's not too bad of a fight. Next we have Chavez here. Main thing for this node is we mainly just want to parry Chavez's specials. Again, we don't want to trigger dexterity and give her the chance of going unstoppable, especially since she'll be shrugging debuffs, so we won't likely have a slow up most of the time. The other thing here is just to be aware of Chavez's dimensions. Because whenever we hit her, we place a wither. We'll be removing them, but we just want to be aware she doesn't, get a dimension and then throw a special 2 and kill us. But we get a nice intercept there at the beginning. Get our first cold snap up. We're going to use our evade counter to knock her into the corner, where she's more likely to throw specials. She didn't want to throw it there, so we get a reparry. Here comes the first one. We'll dash in to close the distance. We're going to throw our second special one. Here I hold block because I wanted her to kind of back up. Now we can get our intercept in when she dashes in. Evade counter, knock her back into the corner, refresh her cold snaps. Again, just pairing her specials. We're going to throw our special one here just because we want to kill. A little short, but she goes down. So again, really smooth fight. Really the only danger there is accidentally dexing and triggering her unstoppable. But next season, we won't be able to remove her withers, but we won't have to worry about unstoppable, so it'll probably be kind of a wash on which is harder. This next fight was the fight I was not originally planning to do. We had someone miss an assignment. So we debated a couple different options. We decided to go with the Kate nuke. So plan here is we're going to ignore our combo. We are just going to do our best, parry into the corner, take his specials into block. We don't want to trigger dexterity as that would give him power. We're going to evade counter, refresh our cold snap. Here he's in the corner so we can throw our unblockable special 1. We're going to parry again, get the cold snaps refreshed. And again, like I said, we're not watching our combo, we're not watching the power sting, we are just trying to get this fight over as quick as possible. And he goes down in about 30 seconds. So a fight I was a little worried about just because it wasn't originally part of the plan, went down really easy. So it also gives us another counter for if someone's placed there. But there are better and maybe definitely safer options. This next fight, we're going to be using Quicksilver versus Absman. Pretty standard fight here. The node doesn't do much for Absorbing Man, except for if he gets 10 regens, which, yeah, that would be really bad if he got up to 10 regens. That would mean he threw 10 specials, so hopefully that doesn't become an issue. Here, we want to bait out the special 1. He doesn't really want to play ball, so we're just going to push him to a special 2. When fighting Absman, as I've said before, you just want to alternate his specials so that you can knock him out of form with a heavy attack. Here, the spacing is a little weird. That's one thing I don't like about fighting Absman with Quicksilver, is that because of Quicksilver's dashback being really extended sometimes, it can make it hard to heavy counter his specials. But here comes the first special 1. Heavy counter, knock him out of form. Again, hold block after, as we only want him to throw a special 2 now, so we're alternating them. So a relic, full combo, and we're in a good spot building to our special 2 that we can double the whiplash for. He throws his special 2, we'll knock him down. And now we have our terminal velocity, we have 37 whiplash, so we're going to throw our special 2, and this is obviously going to end the fight. So, pretty easy fight for Quicksilver. Other good options, anyone who doesn't generate buffs and relies on specials, so Silk can work, Void can work, Cassie can work, so yeah. But most of those are banned, of course, so Quicksilver is kind of our best option. This next fight, we are going to be fighting Mangog. It is a rank 3, and if you've noticed, a lot of these defenders have been rank 3s. I think Kindred is the only non-rank 3 we faced, besides Void. So for this Mangog, I've taken this fight a handful of times between this season and last. Mainly just want to get our withers up. I am running max dexterity, which was a suggestion by Mad Cat in our alliance, and that does seem to help quite a bit at reversing his power. So I always make that change when I know I'm going to be using Quicksilver for some power gain fights. So we're evade countering, we got our 8 withers up, and we're building up to our whiplash. But the plan here, standard Quicksilver fight, 2 special 1s into a special 2 while at terminal velocity. Here we want to bait this special 1 out, but then our withers reversed his power gain so much he lost his bar of power. And yeah, we're kind of just cruising here now with all the withers. He can't really do much. He's losing power the entire time. So we're pretty much free to just keep comboing away as we get up to our special 2 and build our whiplash. But we're closing in at the end here. We do lose a good amount of our withers, so here I do want to bait the special 1. I am running an invul, so if he did throw a special 2, we could probably eat it. The other thing is I have practiced dashing in during his special 2, which we would evade the first part, and then I just hold block. But the timing isn't always super easy to get down, so we don't want that to happen if at all possible. But as you saw, we got to the special 2, doubled our whiplash, and that was it for Mangog. This next fight, we are going to be taking Photon again. Only one war off of not taking Photon because they didn't place her. But for this one, we're going to use Crossbones. I do think this one's a little bit easier than the Node 49 Crossbones. for a couple different reasons. One, if you parry, you don't get stunned yourself. Two, you can actually throw specials, so you can build your own Furies up pretty quickly. And the other parts of this node, the impact charges and the prowess, get shut off once Crossbones has 3 Furies up. So basically the whole fight, we don't have to worry about that. But pretty standard here. We're going to throw our special ones when we have them, as this has Conflictor, so we're not going to want to throw special 2s. We are going to try and bait special 1s only. We can heavy counter her heavy by dashing back twice and throwing our own. And then ideally we want to bait her special 1s. And during those special 1s, we want to do our overrun during the second hit of it, as you saw there. Just an easy way to get that opening in. But fight's going pretty smooth so far. We are taking some block damage. It is an ascended Photon, so that's inevitably going to happen. And we're doing a decent job of maintaining our Furies. Probably not the best. And this relic, I think I do hold on to this quite a bit too long. I kind of like finishing with the relic, but we might have been able to build to a second one. But here we go, do the overrun again during her special 1. We're going to throw our special 1 here, and she's down at 18. She is in light form now, so we really just want to go for the kill, which we are going to do here with the relic, and that's it. But I knew that heavy was going to, or that special 1 was going to put her into light form, or whatever the hell it's called. But I knew we were also close enough to just close the fight out. This last fight is going to be another rank 3 Maestro boss. We are using the exact same strategy as last time. 3 read pre-fights. We have a Wags again, just because. And then we are using our Cold Snap arrow. So similar strategy to before. You know, use our evade counter to get openings. Throw our special 1s and heavies to refresh to refresh the Mr. Fantastic debuffs. We want to heavy him into his corner to refresh our Cold Snap. And basically just cycle in between special 1s and special 2s. We are going to try and do better at dexing his special 1. We do a good job there. Here we want to throw a heavy. He does. We refresh our Cold Snap debuffs. Again, just lots of heavies in the corner. Throws another special 1 here. We get the timing right. We're going to throw our special 1 to refresh the Mr. Fantastic debuffs. And there I accidentally switched arrows. I did not notice that at the time. So not until I was watching this back. Here I kind of make a couple mistakes and thankfully I don't get punished. I should have just relicked at the beginning of that. But we are in our Tranquilize arrow instead of Cold Snap. It's not a big deal as long as we can do a good job of refreshing our Cold Snap with a heavy. And, you know, we're going to throw our special 1 here. So we are going to apply another debuff. The Tranquilize is probably the least useful of all of her debuffs in this situation. But there we do eat the tail end of a special 1. I knew it happened one time. But we're going to throw the Tranquilize here. He is getting low to losing the Cold Snap, so we do need to kind of bait a heavy here. And I'm just throwing special 1s again because I think I have Cold Snap. But thankfully he's low enough that he's going to die. And that ends the fight. So, pretty smooth. Maestro boss takedown. I'm getting a lot more comfortable with that. So we'll see if we have a couple more at the end of this season. We do unfortunately lose this war 6-2. So not our best performance. NewN kind of has had our number the past couple wars. But still, we're 5-5 on the season now. So all to play for. If we can win the last 2, we definitely finish Masters. And if we win 1, we give ourselves a shot. So hopefully we can finish strong and end in Masters. Thank you for